4 inches. Those are coming up in just a bit. All right. So I like to feature really good garden tools once in a while. Peter, where do you want to do this? Right over here? Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't see the shovel over there. I'm going to get my buddy Pete Kilcullen out because y'all know Pete. Come on out, Pete. When it comes to tools, this guy knows a lot about them. Well, you and I, hey, listen, we're both kind of like single dads. We take care of the yard work. We do all that stuff.
True, yeah.
And we appreciate a good tool. This thing is ridiculous.
That's cool.
Because it does so many different things. It has a very unique design. It's called the Root Slayer. We call it that, and Peter will tell you why. But Pete, this thing is virtually indestructible.
Maybe
Look at the way it's made.
Maybe that's the first thing. So what you're looking at there is that carbon steel blade.
Look at the blade.
So here's the difference. I mean, you've used a shovel. I think so many of us have used a shovel in the past. But we've been here a couple of years now, and every single year we're seeing these improvements on the design of a shovel. And the reason for that is just to make these jobs easier. When you're going to transplant and you want to do a whole new area of planting in your yard, this is the way to do it with a tool like this. So Guy, I heard you mention it before. Here's one of the coolest things we noticed, and this was kind of an innovation where they went with that arrowhead design, you can see. But check this out. This is still sort of an arrowhead if you look at the whole shovel. But have you seen this before? This is brand new. Inverted arrowhead, this shape.
It's like a V edge.
Yes, so now they have found that this is going to penetrate that cold or that really difficult soil better than anything before.
That's chiseled down too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's it's sharpened on the edge. And then you've got the teeth on both sides. Again, that's why we're calling it the Root Slayer, because the biggest problem with digging, especially around those plants, and I know so many of us you're redoing the planting beds and moving that, this cutting action that you're getting from the blades or the teeth on both sides is amazing. So the inverted design, you're getting the blades, and even some of these touches I like. This folded over top design, this is where you have the little step, so you can get that extra force by stepping on it to get through that soil. So they thought of everything, and then there you go. We're also including the trowel with all of the same designs, which is so cool. So again, when you're down there in the garden and you're doing some of that transplanting and you're trying to dig to replant, this trowel is amazing. So same teeth, same carbon steel, that inverted arrow design at the end, and there's also a cutter on here if you want to use that for cutting twine and things like that.
Cordage and stuff like that. So everybody that orders is going to get both. The handle grips on both of these are amazing. This is the most comfortable grip, and also the balance of the tool. Like, I don't own anything like this. I would almost, let me just tell you, I have one of your Root Assassin shovels from a couple of years ago, but I don't have this. Like, I'm thinking of buying both just to get the trowel, because this trowel is amazing. But let's talk about the construction, top to bottom.
So again, it weighs just 4 pounds because this is a fiberglass pole with the carbon steel, and that zero grip handle. You can see we're calling that a zero grip, or that just it's a circle, the whole handle. So there's always a comfortable place. It always allows you to get the grip that works best for you. So here's what we're seeing. That's what I think you're going to use this for the most. And I think that's what all of us do, transplanting, or whether it's removing some different plants that didn't make it through the winter, but cutting through the roots makes it difficult. So when you're standing up using the large shovel, using that Root Slayer, or when you're down and you want to get in close and you're using the trowel as well, there's nothing else like this. I mean, you can see it, super easy to use. And you know what, we can do a little bit of digging.
Yeah, do whatever you want, Pete.
You want to do some digging? Here, I'll give you this one. And then
I'll hold this one.
Yeah.
I think the key to this, I'm just going to drop my cards over here for a sec. The real key to this is the shape, the arrowhead shape. Because it's funny, when you think about a shovel in hard ground, the bigger the shovel, the harder it's going to be to get it into that ground. So this has a point, almost like you would stick a knife into the ground.
Exactly. And then that inverted arrowhead design, that's sharpened. It's almost, you can see that it's actually shaved down to be a blade, and then these points will just penetrate that soil, and it makes it so easy. And then, as I mentioned, you can get your added, weight on there and push that into the soil.
Dude, that goes in like butter, man.
It really does a great job. I mean, and you know what, can we show that? We should show that handle.
I want to talk about the handle because it's different.
When you're doing that, so typically the handle is that square shape potentially.
Or there's no handle at all.
Look at that. You can grab it however you want. You can get your hands on there, so you're getting that additional force. So that zero grip is amazing. So again, all these innovations coming from the Root Assassin or the Root Slayer. And again, all of these are brought to us by Earthwise that we've had here for years. So I just am impressed always that they're making something that we've used for years and years better every single season.
And it's March, right? Before you know it's going to be April, May. Most of you are getting your flowers delivered in the next month or so. This is what you want to get out there and plant in your garden, okay? You get the large shovel. So if you're doing larger plants or you're planting trees, or if you want to get rid of some of the roots and stuff in the ground, you have that. But then this hand trowel, I've never seen anything like that. That is the best, coolest little garden tool. And again, Pete, just hold that for 1 sec. So you have saw teeth here. So if you're planting, you know, your annuals, perennials, whatever in your front yard, you not only can create the perfect hole because of that shape, but if you run into roots, or God, man, that's sharp. You got to be careful when you run your fingers over there. That's going to cut through those roots when it goes down. It releases when it goes up. I got to be careful when I go down because this is razor sharp. And then you have that slight, that slight bow, and then you have the chiseled bottom here too.
Exactly.
I mean, it's perfectly designed.
Same technology as on the large shovel, carbon steel. And I mean, we've all experienced that, even when using a hand trowel, that you're trying to dig through maybe those plants from last year. These aren't giant roots that are in there, but there's all those fingers and all those small roots that are just making it impossible to dig through there. And maybe you want to remove those so you can have a real clean, clear area from when you're planting everything new this season. So this combination of both of these is going to make those jobs just so much easier.
I had the version that I own of this, which you sold to me about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I still have. I think they've improved the material on the shovel part because mine was just stainless. This is like a
carbon steel.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
Yep.
Again, you're going to have this forever because not only is it better technology, these are just super high quality tools with high quality materials, so they're going to last, but they're better than what you've been using because of all this new design technology.
And you're not, and before you go and buy a cheap, you know what, shovel from the home store, it doesn't even have a handle. A lot of shovels are just wood handles, right?
Exactly.
You get splinters. Buy this shovel, you're going to have it for years. I've had mine for 3 years. Still looks like the day I bought it. A little beat up because I like to use it, but you're going to love it. All right, if you didn't join us or you joined us late, we still have a few left.